Hello and welcome, and in today's video I'm going to talk about translation theory and the use of artificial intelligence for translation. And in particular, I'm going to refer to something I did this morning which I find absolutely amazing using ChatGPT. Now, I studied linguistics and translation theory at university, and not so long ago, I saw a translation tool produced by a company called Vasco in Krakow in Poland. And I said, after seeing this translation tool, this makes my studies completely useless. What did I go for further education for? So I've got a degree in a useless subject, but not entirely, as it turns out, after using this. Now, my degree was, so it's French and Spanish, but linguistics and translation theory. That was my specialization. Now, I work in the RV industry, so I don't just do videos, which is something on the side, but our product which we produce is a tool and an app for caravan, motor caravan, I should say as well, or RV dealerships or rental points, and it is a tool which is designed to streamline service so that companies don't get repetitive questions. It's something that the client has on their telephone or the workshop can have on their devices, and the objective of it is just to streamline the entire business. So the complaints or problems are always the same. Why is there water under my vehicle? For example, when I go to get it after the winter, this is, I think, the commonest single question. Why is the water still there? Obviously, it's because the frost guard was activated. The water from the boiler was dumped to protect the boiler. But there's lots of other things, and people in this business are getting the same questions over and over again. And so our B2B solutions, for example, here, this is our website called Help to Camp, and there you can see what it looked like in German. So my job here is to put this into other languages. Now, the original tool itself was translated into English by me from German using, this is done in 2023, using partially translation tools from the internet, such as Google Translate and DeepL, but they had to be trained as well for this business. So for some things it was very easy, but in other times, even one time I spent more than 1 hour looking for just one word. And when you've got more than 6,000 entries to take care, entries, not words, entries, an entry could be 1,000 words, it depends on which entry it is. So that could take quite a lot of time. Now, having done that introduction, let's have a look. So this is the German original, right? And now I put this into the translation software. This here is ChatGPT, which isn't translation software, I should say. And now, before I go any further, I've got to make this absolutely clear. Do not try to diagnose problems using any artificial intelligence software, because it does not necessarily give the right answers, and certainly don't try and diagnose any health problems. Now, tomorrow it might be great, but as of today, it doesn't work. Now, okay, so I've actually gone here and I've explained we have a caravan business, a very busy summer, another season that slows down a bit. We've designed software for other companies in the business, slogan in German, which is the following. Now, it's given me some suggestions, but what is good about this is that it gives also polished marketing and like this, and then it gives various suggestions of other words that can be used, and so that then it gives a premium version. But then I said, I don't like this word. Can you think of something else? Well, it does. It comes up with something else, and so there it comes up with a number of solutions. and then I make more suggestions. I don't want this word here. I would like to from prevent, I want to use the word something like reduce, and therefore if I can make a number of suggestions further, it comes on to something like this. So okay, now I've got that in English, I'm looking at it in Italian, and this is where my linguistic knowledge now does come into play a little bit. So instead of translating things, I've got Italian text, and I'm putting it into English. What I'm doing is an analysis of what the computer actually suggests, or the program suggests. So here we have, as you can see, I've written the instructions in English, and the ChatGPT is coming out with a number of suggestions, including what it says is it's more polished marketing version, and then I've changed it a little bit, but it says it sounds good, and removing the business sector work well for the surrounding website is okay, but it wants to refine what I wrote, and that is what, and then it gives a polished version, and so good. So we come up with a version. Now, had I not known Italian, that wouldn't have been possible. Now here, I've got the French version, and I thought, well, I'm going to try a little trick. I'm going to make a suggestion, but I'm going to make a mistake and see if it works. It works my mistake out, which it did. So it gives a number, right? So we've got here. It gives it's clear, idiomatic, concise. This sounds natural. This is smoother, and so it gives a French slogan here. But how about now? What is what I was amazed at how it did this. Right, I wrote this. Réduisez les appels d'assistance. Then I wrote this word here, répétitif. Now, this is feminine and plural. This is my word. I didn't do it. I just wanted to see how it, because appel, that's plural, isn't it? But it's masculine. It's un appel. So assistance, if it were a noun, it would be feminine. So it would be, but I thought then I put that word in there like that. Let's see if it works. What does it do? Does not work grammatically in French. And it puts there the correct masculine plural. I was really, I thought, so now what does this mean? If appel, it's the difference between repeated calls for assistance and repeated and calls for repeated assistance. Does that make myself clear? So one of them, it's you're making repeated calls, and it could, and in the other version, it's repeated assistance. Anyway, so it even worked that out. So I was really very, very impressed. I've done it here now in Spanish. It makes suggestions. And I've also made suggestions back for it to change. And here we have a Polish version. Again, I've made suggestions for it to go backwards and forwards, and it comes out really, really well. Not only that, by this time it's now learned what I want, and it's coming out as I would have it come out. Now, we have now a problem, because I need it in Norwegian and I need it in Dutch, and I don't speak these languages. Now, I had to do something into Romanian. Obviously I don't know Romanian, but you can sort of work things out. But what I did was I knew enough to point out where the mistakes were likely, and the program actually did it for me. But in this case, I don't know any Dutch, don't know any Norwegian, because I can't speak Dutch in Dutch. I can't even say that in Norwegian. But this is it. So here, translate in there. Please do note I don't speak these languages, so we'll be able to offer unable to offer any suggestions, and it comes up there. Now I've gone and done all that, and so finally I'm questioning the German original that we have been using, and it comes up with all sorts of suggestions here, and eventually it comes up with a slogan which I think this sounds more natural, more professional, and as it's less than sort of using the overclaim. So originally it said revolutionize your service, high season success, something peak season success, and I've changed it now to what it is, which in my opinion makes it a far more natural in German than would be. Anyway, so I'm absolutely ultra impressed by the way that ChatGPT has given me this. Now, before this sounds like an advertisement for ChatGPT, for this, as for example, if you work in an agency doing translations for across the board for various products, then yeah, it will work. I think it worked in my case this because I did know the original languages, so 5 of the original languages. Now, I need to point this one out though. I personally did have a problem with ChatGPT. I actually cancelled the one of the higher end of the professional version. I had to write them 4 times, and I still haven't got my money back. So there you go. That's the downside of ChatGPT. Obviously, if you're using this for business purposes, then you probably do need one of the paid versions. In my case, I was using the paid version. It was a trial, and I wasn't using it then for professional purposes. But anyway, so I've put it into context. And so anyway, I hope you found that interesting. For me, I found this absolutely fascinating. And again, it's something I actually studied at university. And so that was probably the reason why. If you work in the caravanning business, if you've got a dealership or something like that, then you might want to contact us, and I can actually give you a free trial of the product. Please note, this is only it's a B2B product. I can't just hand it out to anyone. And great. So thanks very much for watching. All the best from me. This is a one-off. I'm not going to do any more videos on translation theory, probably. Anyway, probably not anyway. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.